All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. First, want to give honors, go as praise is due to Yahweh Bashim, Yahushua Bashim Kakadash. Double honors to the Apostle Elders, a great millstone. Piece of Akim that's doing this work on the four corners of earth. All right. So, there was an earthquake in Russia. Basically, it was an 8.8 earthquake, and that's extremely high for an earthquake. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and just play this video, and we'll get to some scriptures.
The waves engulf Severokurilsk, a town on an island off Russia's easternmost tip. This is just one tiny area of evacuations which span continents, impacting millions of people. Dwellings moved by the sheer force of the waves washed inland. An 8.8 magnitude was recorded, making it one of the most powerful earthquakes in history. But at a depth of 12 miles, it was also relatively shallow. Inside homes, ordinary life rattled and shaken. The reaction the same in sitting rooms across this part of Russia. Inside offices, some holding on, and then, seconds later, the decision to get out. Reports also that a building housing a kindergarten had collapsed, fortunately without casualties. At a nearby airport, panels came off the ceiling. And extraordinarily, surgeons working on the Kamchatka Peninsula steadied themselves and then continued.
In life-threatening situations where buildings have been damaged, we will provide temporary shelters in the shortest possible time because safety is our main priority. We live in a region with threat of seismic activity and danger, and this is not the first experience for us. I'm calling on everyone to stay calm and don't panic. Please only trust official information.
800 miles south in Hokkaido, Japan's weather agency warned of waves up to 3 meters. In Japan, this is their recurring nightmare after the tsunami of 2011 killed thousands. And people act quickly, finding higher ground on top of buildings.
For citizens in the areas included in the tsunami warning, please evacuate to a safe place immediately, such as designated evacuation buildings and hills. We are receiving reports and currently monitoring for any details of damage or casualties.
Sirens blared out across parts of Japan that were at risk, as they did in Hawaii. The roads close to Waikiki Beach on Oahu gridlocked when the warnings first came in, as they were on the main freeways around Hawaii's capital, Honolulu.
So far, we have not seen a wave of consequence, which is great relief to us. It's kind of a blessing to not be reporting any damage. Don't get on the road at all unless you need to. Just lay low tonight and watch television, please.
The earthquake struck just off the coast of the Kamchatka region in the northeast of Russia late morning, around 2,000 miles from Japan. It's in a tectonic area known as the Pacific Ring of Fire due to a high density of volcanoes and earthquakes. Around 90% of the world's earthquakes happen in this area. And it's one of the most powerful earthquakes in modern times and the 6th strongest ever recorded, but weaker than both the 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake and the Japanese earthquake in 2011. As night fell in Hawaii, there was calm. These are areas in which people are used to the threat of tsunamis and earthquakes, but it is no less unsettling. We're joined now by Professor David Tappin from the British Geological Survey. Thanks for joining us. An 8.8 magnitude earthquake is one of the largest ever recorded. So why are we not seeing as much damage as other large earthquakes in recent history?
That's a very good question. I woke up this morning, 7 o'clock, 8.8 magnitude earthquake off of Kamchatka. I was immediately concerned because the initial reporting suggested a wave about 4 meters locally. And to give you some sort of context, is that in Japan in 2011, there was a magnitude 9.1, and the tsunami was 15 meters on the Sendai Plain. And when I saw the 8.8, magnitude, I was expecting certainly something 8, 9, 10 meters. So in many ways, it's good news. The tsunami so far has been reported at 4 meters, but it's still early days yet. I'm suspicious, and I think it's because it's quite an isolated location. So locally, I've been just checking my websites, and there could be more information coming in when people actually, perhaps locally who are more isolated, come back with additional information.
So what is it that makes a tsunami wave larger or smaller, and are we able to accurately predict that?
I'll answer the last question first. No, we can't predict them. And the background here is it's an earthquake, okay? Earthquakes generate the most dangerous tsunamis, and comparisons are with 2011 Japan, 18,000 people killed. Of course, the Indian Ocean, 220,000 people. So earthquakes, basically, they move the seabed vertically. And water is incompressible, so as soon as you get a vertical displacement of the seabed, you get a vertical displacement of the ocean, and the tsunami wave collapses, and it travels outwards under the force of gravity. So they are quite simple mechanisms that generate the tsunami, and the reason we can't predict them is just imagine one small point where the earthquake starts. The earthquake travels, ruptures, as we call it, 4 to 5 kilometers a second. And as it travels outwards, it could generate a magnitude 2 earthquakes, a magnitude 9 earthquake, or a magnitude 8.8. But whereas we can identify the earthquake and its magnitude pretty quickly, usually within about 3 or 4 minutes today, we cannot predict how large that earthquake will be.
And how fast do tsunami waves travel, and can they be tracked separately?
We do track them. Tsunami waves travel at something like 600 kilometers an hour, speed of a jet airliner. So they travel very, very quickly, and we can actually track them with satellites and also with numerical models, and the warning systems are based upon the numerical models. Once we know the magnitude of the earthquake, we can identify the height of the tsunami wave and the way it travels through the ocean.
How have communities that live in these areas prepared over the years? Because they are used to test signals and alerts to some degree, aren't they?
Okay, so like it for that. But yeah, let's see here.
Well, the good news is...
Yeah, go ahead and get some of these precepts. But want to get to this. Matthew 24:7. Yeah, Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine and peasants and earthquakes in diverse places. Which a lot of these things that are happening. You got these nations coming against each other. All right, you got famine out here. Like out there, especially like in Gaza and other parts of the world. You do got pestilence out here. All right. And, like I say, mainly earthquake in diverse places. That you do. All right. I'm going to get another one. Okay. Behold, the Lord had a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest... Isaiah 28:2, Slakia. I'll start all over. Behold, the Lord Yahweh had made a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hell and a destroying storm, as a flood of many waters overflowing shall cast down the earth with the hand. So yeah, that earthquake that started in Russia, it really wasn't a major tsunami once it, like it was in Japan had a real one real bad, like a decade ago. So yeah, it wasn't bad like that. It didn't really do anything, but they did. It was a minor one between like Japan, Hawaii, yeah. So, but yeah, I just wanted to show that right quick. Pretty much. But yeah, this is Brother Dewey from GMS Detroit Camps. All right, and Shalom.